Why am I being detained?
Hey, you want to watch him in the back? He's claiming chest pains.
Record this.
I refuse to give you my ID. Whoa, easy.
Sir, if you don't move now, you're going to be placed under arrest.
Okay. Back up. We're not roughing you up. We're trying to keep you out of safe.
Stop being violent.
Hello guys, as always today you're in for some interesting investigations, illegal searches and of course rough arrests. But before we start, I really ask you to support me by clicking the thanks button. Even $1 is very important to me. Thank you, and let's get started.
You got ID on you?
Sir, what crime am I committed?
Well, I can tell you right now, she's got some issues going on.
Okay, but you guys pulled her over. I'm not driving.
You're all in a car that have plates that don't belong on it. So once we get everybody identified, we can go that route or we can play the hard route.
Sir, I didn't commit any crime. What crime have I committed?
All right, you want to step out of the car too then? Go into handcuffs?
Sir, why am I being detained?
ID, or you're going to give me your social, name, date of birth? One of the three.
Why am I being detained?
Hey, you want to watch him in the back? He's claiming chest pains. Do what?
Why am I... Ourselves unless we're in the commission of a crime.
Go ahead and put that out real quick. Go ahead and leave your phone in the car.
Record this.
You got any guns or anything crazy on you? Just don't reach in your pocket.
I don't have any. I don't give permission to search me.
Do you have any guns or any knives or anything like that on you?
No, sir. I do not give consent to search me.
Well, guess what? I can pat you down for weapons.
I know.
You understand that, correct?
Yes, sir.
That way it doesn't get broke.
I don't give you permission to search me.
I don't want to get broke, okay? Anybody on the phone?
Yeah, I'm talking to her.
Huh?
I'm talking to her now.
Okay. What was her name again?
Crystal. It's Crystal. The car's in probate court.
I have no issue with cops if they arrest a driver for some reason, but why should innocent passengers suffer? In the following story, an innocent person suffered too. A man was just filming the cops' work until they decided to assault him.
How's it going, sir? You got your ID?
Yeah, why?
Because you're filming a crime scene investigation, and you've been
I'm just filming in public.
and you are involved.
I'm not
Sir?
involved with anything. I'm sitting right here.
I need your ID.
I refuse to give you my ID. Whoa, easy.
That was the view from Jeffersontown police officer Emmanuel Cruz's body camera, but it was this video from Joe Bennett's Facebook Live back in November that sparked outrage.
Because you're filming a crime scene investigation, and
I'm just filming in public. I even said this is going to be the most boring live video ever. And to my horror, I found myself quickly involved.
Bennett said he was driving by the McDonald's on Blanken Baker Parkway when he spotted the police that had gathered in the parking lot. He stopped to film. J-Town police were there for a check fraud investigation at the bank across the street. Initially, Cruz was told that Bennett was involved, but he wasn't. He was arrested anyway, but the charges were dropped. During the arrest, Cruz hit Bennett in the head.
You just struck me for no reason. I was struck. I was taken to the ground on, at best, dubious information.
I'm sorry friends that I can't show the screams of a man being hit on the head and the blows themselves. Otherwise YouTube wouldn't show my video to you. But I'm glad that at least sometimes cops are punished for their actions. Bennett sued and the city settled with him and wrote him a check for $35,000. The internal investigation contains a number of rule violations committed by Cruz during the encounter. At one point, the investigator says if Cruz had spent a few seconds explaining the situation, then the whole thing could have been avoided. Here's a verbatim quote from the investigator. "I believe that if Officer Cruz had spent an extra 20 seconds talking with Mr. Bennett, none of this would have occurred." Cruz was suspended without pay for 2 weeks. And the next part is one of the most epic in today's video. As always, the cops don't want to explain the reason for the arrest, but they really want to smash the car windows and use a taser. Let's watch it together.
Why am I being pulled over?
Step out and I'll tell you.
No, we don't feel safe, man. Like,
Step out.
what's the reason?
What is
We
the
didn't do
reason
it.
for being
out.
pulled over?
Reason.
I didn't do anything, sir.
Yeah, you did.
Your lights are on. That means it's
out.
an emergency. This is a traffic stop.
Step out.
This is a traffic stop.
Step out.
What is
Sir,
the
we're not
reason
trying
for
to
being
do
pulled
anything.
over?
Your lights are on, so that means it's an emergency, sir.
Step out. I'm not telling you again.
Would you please be able to list your reason.
Step out.
You have to list your reason. We can't just
You're
get
not
out.
the driver, okay? Step out of the truck.
What is the reason for being pulled over? He doesn't have to step out.
You have to explain why.
This feels unsafe.
There's an order. Step out now.
There has to be a reason for detainment.
What is the reason?
All you guys are going to go to jail.
For what?
Obstruct.
Obstruct what?
Step out now.
Obstruct what?
You were stopped for 47 miles per hour and posted 30 mile per hour zone, right? That's a traffic infraction, therefore he has a violation to stop.
Where was I going 47?
Yo.
How does speeding?
Step out.
How does speeding warrant detainment?
For the
How does speeding
you just said I
warrant
wasn't the
detainment?
driver.
You're not.
I cut this video short so you don't watch repetitive questions, but it wasn't until a few minutes after the stop that these guys found out the problem was speeding. The driver was not uncooperative and didn't refuse to show ID. The only thing, he was afraid of getting out of the car because the cops were acting threatening.
Why am I getting detained?
How does speeding warrant
I'm not being
detainment?
detained?
Yes.
You have to state the reason for detainment.
I told you.
You didn't tell us.
You did not tell us.
Get out.
You can't.
You did not say a reason.
Step
You
out.
do have to tell us.
Don't argue.
I'm playing games with you.
Look it. You can see
Get out of the truck.
We're not.
They're threatening to hurt me already.
Is he going to be detained if he steps
All
out?
of you are being detained.
Why?
For speeding.
Detain? You're gonna detain all of us for him speeding?
Yeah. You're interfering with this traffic stop, ma'am.
No, I'm not. I'm
You
trying
stopped
to
us
get
over.
clarity.
Stopped us
I'm
over
trying to get
legally.
clarity because you're threatening
I'm the
us.
driver. I don't need to be talking to you.
He showed you his ID.
Right here, United States of America. Get out of the
Passport.
truck. Get out.
I'm showing him the proof. He's not. Listen. Looking.
Get out of the truck. Stop being violent. Get out. Now.
Don't fight him. Don't fight him. Oh.
You're under arrest. Get out. What did I do
Please don't
wrong?
hurt him. Please don't hurt him.
Let's document what's going on. The cops used force on the driver. Now they're going to detain the passengers and then they're going to search the car with the canine. I don't know much about the law, but is that what cops are supposed to do when the driver is speeding?
Hey, let me see your hands. Let me see your hands. Let me see your hands. I haven't heard something.
Wait, Dad,
don't fight him.
Dad, don't. Dad!
Right, but he wants the driver out so you can identify him, and he's not identifying.
He had his ID right here. His passport was there too.
You're reaching for
Why?
My ID.
Why? Mine too.
In a second, probably, yeah.
Why are we being detained? We weren't driving.
Yeah.
We were not driving. So why would we be detained?
Listen up here, okay? Stay back from me, please.
Am I being detained?
Yes, you are. Stay back. Sit down! Got it? Sit down! I'm telling you, sit on the ground.
And the next story is not only about the death of a man because of the cops. This story is about the fact that the cops are willing to frame their partners just to avoid punishment. Let's watch it together and get to the bottom of it.
You want to be straight with me? You trying to get out of here? That's not a donut, bro. Donut, don't do that, bro. I'm just gonna drop it.
The man in the video died in 2017 and at the time a police sergeant was accused by his own department of being responsible. You may know the story, but this footage of other officers has never been made public. The arresting officers knew that Mr. Marshall was using. However, the sergeant's wife claims that it was her husband, who was scheduled to take a shift at the jail that morning, that the department pinned the case of William Marshall's death on.
Hopefully somebody gets charged after seeing this video, or hopefully somebody, if not all of them.
Open the mouth again. No, keep it open. Keep it open. Keep it open. Open. Drop your tongue. That's all chewed up. Yeah, chew it all up. What do you do that for, man?
In their report from that day, two other officers indicated that they took small pieces of from Marshall's tongue, gums, and lips. And while they later said they weren't sure if Marshall had ingested the because he denied it, listen to what's on the police videotape.
We already know when we run it through the tester it's going to be. We already know that.
I don't have nothing. I told you.
Not anymore because you just ate most of it.
Do you have any idea what kind of people work in the police force? We used to compare them to criminal gangs, but even criminal gangs have a law not to testify against their members and be together to the end. And cops will turn on anyone, even their partners.
Shortly after Marshall's death, his fiancée recorded a conversation the family had with then police chief Jeff Jedrusik.
I can't apologize, for your loss. There's no explanation I'm going to give you that's going to make you feel better. you know, I wish you would have ended up at a hospital quicker.
Department of Policy states that those officers should have taken Mr. Marshall directly to the hospital. Not long after he was booked into jail, the he swallowed started showing its effects. As the acid in his stomach opened the plastic bag he swallowed, he was beyond the point of being saved, despite no one telling Sergeant Buckley or the 2 paramedics he called in about the 3 of them were charged with manslaughter. Sergeant Buckley fired. He was absolutely scapegoated. Shortly after Marshall died, officer went back into his report and removed any reference to him being told Marshall had in his mouth. Ron Buckley and his family forced to move out of state for him to find work.
My husband considered all of those men to be like brothers. He trusted them, and he would have taken any risk, any chance for any one of those men, anytime, and they betrayed him in the worst way. It has devastated our lives. It has ruined my husband's career. It affected our children's lives, our lives, 100%.
And the following video is controversial, and the guy in the video is now looking for a good lawyer. If you tell me in the comments that he's right, I'll try to help him with his search. But first, we need to understand the situation.
We have the owner, okay? We have her stopped. We have the key.
Yeah. You have a key? Huh? No, you can't go this way. Okay. You can't. You're in the line of fire. If he starts shooting, you want shot? That concerned about a door? What are you trying to do?
I'm the property manager.
So?
What do you mean so?
We have a police emergency with a murder suspect.
I'm just trying to figure out what the hell.
Go that way. Get out of the area.
No, I'm not. This is private property. I know the law.
You're impeding.
I'm not impeding on anything.
If that guy starts shooting at that window right now, step back here.
10 feet. I know
step back here. Step back here when you're not in the line of fire. I'm not in the line of fire. Let me show you something. See that window right there that you can see?
I can see that.
If he has a rifle in that window, if you can see the window, he can see you.
And I also know the law.
The law is this is an emergency, and you need to back up.
I also know the
Sir,
law.
if you don't move now, you're going to be placed under arrest.
Okay.
Back up. Get out of the line of fire. We're not roughing you up.
Okay.
We're trying to keep you out of safe. I don't understand why you want to stand where you can get shot.
Why couldn't somebody just make contact with the office and say, hey, we have a situation. Maybe we can give you a key.
Because it doesn't work like that.
Here.
The problem is that logically he's being stupid. It's dangerous to be there and he needs to leave. But is he right from a legal standpoint? If he has a right to be within 100 feet of where the cops are working, then the threat to his life remains his responsibility. Or is it?
Oh, he's too big for doubles.
Yeah, we don't want to hurt him with doubles. Are you going to stay out of the line of fire?
I'm just trying to figure out what the hell's going on, man.
We already told you. We have a warrant. The guy has a murder charge.
That's the first time I've heard this.
We don't have to explain it to you.
You're just now telling me this now.
We don't have to. You're not involved in the case. Step out of the line of fire.
You guys can do what you want to do. I know the law.
No. Missing the point.
I know the point.
It's your point.
I know the point exactly. I know the point exactly.
You want to go
I
back?
have a safe legal distance that I can watch from. I also have an obligation to see what the hell's going on the property.
No, you don't.
No, you don't. We need flex cuffs, because he ain't going to stop.
Such a hard time watching from 100 feet away.
If you can see him, he can see you.
Go ahead. Do what you guys got to do. This guy over here telling me, go tell them you maybe have a key.
All right, so
I start walking your way. This guy trying to rough me up and slam me against the wall.
We're going to put these flex. Murderer is not the suspect.
You refuse to leave after numerous lawful commands.
Ask what the hell's
After
going
numerous
on.
lawful commands, you refuse to
Tell me
leave.
to leave from over 100 feet away, my guy.
It doesn't matter the distance.
I know the.
You
Then put
can
tape up.
If you
then
can
put tape up. Then put tape up.
He's going in a cruise. You're going.
The legality of the arrest is also called into question by the fact that the man, as I understand it, is the owner of this private property. Also, the cops didn't separate the scene from the rest of the area. I'm very curious as to what your opinion is on all of this.
Just trying to see what the hell's going on.
And
it's none
what
of
is your purpose for
business.
saying?
It is. What are you
It is
talking
not
about?
your business.
This is private property, and I'm in charge of it. What are you talking about?
This is not private
Just
property.
because you have a criminal situation does not mean I'm not obligated to know what the hell's going on here.
You knew we have a criminal situation going on, so there you go.
Possibly, allegedly,
stated it.
allegedly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know the law, my guy.
Oh my God, yeah, that's why you're working
Or you
here.
wouldn't be here in flex cuffs if you knew the law. He's a maintenance man who
I'm
wants
not
to
the
walk up in
maintenance
the middle
man.
of the scene.
I'm the property manager trying to figure out what the hell's going on. That's it.
Told several times to leave.
I'm not trying to get in the way, my guy. Look, what I
He's in a line of fire. He's been told several times.
told me SWAT was on the scene. I walked up, I didn't see SWAT at first, I saw the EMS truck. I asked the guy in the EMS truck, I said, hey, we can probably have a key, we can let you guys in. He told me to go ask. And they're giving me an attitude for walking up and asking. Got these freaking zip cuffs tied all the way tight. Ain't nobody resisting, nobody's giving you no hard time. But you got these zip cuffs tied super tight for no reason. This is my property.
Friends, before we watch this story to the end, I ask you to write any comment and click like. And anyone who wants to support me, I ask you to send how much you can spare by pressing the thanks button. This channel exists only because of you.
He's the property manager, apparently.
Didn't even find out.
Keeps walking up in the line of fire. He's told by several. Told by Harrington and everybody else to leave.
And what was the first thing you told me to do? You can't come this way, right? Go back the other way. I went all the way around the
Go back the other way. It
garage.
means to go that way, not come around and get right back in the line of
Because you
fire.
asked me if we had a key. That's what you asked me before I walked around. This shit right here is unnecessary.
Yes, it
Because
is.
I'm giving you a hard time.
It is unnecessary.
I'm asking you some questions.
It is unnecessary. Thank you for finally realizing that.
Dude, seriously, I'm not resisting. I didn't give you no problem. Why are these zip cuffs tied so
Copy.
goddamn tight?
We're going to cut them off here in a second. And we're going to put you in the back seat of a cruiser. And you're going to be issued a summons. Do you have your ID on you?
Not unless I'm suspected of a crime.
Do you have any ID on you?
Not unless I'm
You're under arrest, dude.